It's not hooked well. There we go. Woo, okay. There we go. That's a keeper. Good morning, guys. We are out on the kayaks today. We are near Tampa. If you know where this is, you know where it is. It's not hard to find. But going out with Marco G123. He retired with about 200,000 followers, give or take.
It turns out when you're kids, you can't go fishing.
So I'm gonna cast net some bait here real quick. Really, you don't have to buy bait. Just get a cast net. Wherever you go fishing, you can catch your own bait. Should be plenty of mud minnows around here. Hopefully maybe some small finger mullet, but got a super high tide right now, if you guys can see. All the way up into the parking lot area. So yeah, let's cast net some bait, and then we're gonna get out to the spot. Alright guys, we're at the spot. We're just going to be fishing with primarily small live baits. I was able to net a bunch of small mohara at the boat ramp, and by small I mean like small. But these guys are perfect snack size for redfish, snook, trout. That's primarily... plenty of bait here. Primarily what we're going after, redfish and snook. So just casting the live bait, free line, 20-pound mono, small live bait hook up against the mangroves, and see what we can do. Alright guys, so a little hard to see, but all I'm doing is free lining this bait right up against the mangroves. You're gonna lose some gear just because you're getting tangled up in the roots and stuff, but that's where all the fish are. I don't know if you could see here, but there's a ton of little bait fish just sitting right along the mangroves. So, hoping that some redfish and snook are around. Just trying to get some slightly larger baits, but sometimes you just gotta do with what you got. So, let's see how we can do today. Alright guys, finally got on Lil Red. These guys have been torturing me. They're small, so they like pick it up, but then don't take the whole thing. But beautiful little fish. You can see that tail. Beautiful fish. He's croaking. That guy's only about 13, 14 inches. They got to be 18. So if we get a keeper, we'll definitely get one. But that guy's going back. So guys, I did switch to cut bait because the live bait, they just weren't eating. So always have a backup plan. This is just threadfin herring. You know, catch it at the Skyway, cut it up into like, you know, little end thumb-sized pieces, and cast it up under the mangroves. So let's try to get another one. Uh-oh, guys. You know when you're using cut dead bait, what's going to show up? Not the targeted species. I'm going to have to be careful with this guy and get him unhooked. The classic saltwater catfish. Alright guys, let me get him unhooked. I'll get another bait out there. Alright guys, running into our arch nemesis, the hardhead catfish. So with using cut bait or dead bait, if the catfish show up, they're probably not going to leave. So got the one red. I missed one earlier, but if I catch one more catfish, I'm gonna make a move. The redfish will travel in schools, so if you can get on one, you can usually get on a couple, but so do the catfish. So that's just something that you have to look out for. So right now, just using a cut thread fin. You could really use cut anything. I did catch a small finger mullet, and it was only one, unfortunately. And that thing, as soon as I sent it underneath the mangroves, it got hit. So unfortunately, that bait's gone. I'm using the small Mahara, but nothing is really touching them. I did have what I think was a snapper. Pick it up and swim away with it, but nothing is really committing to the Mahara. Alright guys, got on a nice trout here. Let's see if we can get him in without losing him. It's not hooked well. There we go. Woo, okay. There we go. That's a keeper. Bit it right by the boat. Was not expecting that. Alright guys. Let me try to get this out of the way. Alright. This guy. Nice speckled trout here. I'll show you guys. Beautiful fish. Let's get a measure, but pretty sure that he's at least 16. And yep, 17. Alright guys. Back on the board. So we'll put them in my fish bag up here. Let me get this out of the way. And get another line out. And he just hit it really almost at the boat. So had about 20 casts with nothing, and then right at the boat. So beautiful fish. You can see that. Whoa. Let's make sure he stays in there. Alright guys, let me get him in the bag. We'll get back to fishing. Alright guys, so that trout, he's caught on this Slam Shady. It's got a little groove here in the body, so you can fish it weedless, but I like to use it for this Procure. It's a nice little spot for it to stay in the lure for a little bit longer. And you know, I don't swear by attractants or anything like that, but sometimes every little bit helps. So right there, I mean, that trout was very unexpected. I actually thought that it was a ladyfish messing with the lure. Like I said guys, just slowly bouncing in on the bottom as I retrieve it in. We're into the fall now, and the water's definitely cooled down. It's about 70 degrees right now, but that's only because we've had about a week of warm weather. And I'm here in Tampa, so you know, it's typically warm, but when it drops down into the 50s and 60s at night, then the water temperature really cools off, and the fish oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know what that was. Man, that was something good. Whatever that was, it was good. Felt like another big trout. Okay, well, we got action. The mangroves typically do the best here, but where I want to fish, I really can't do it effectively because don't have my anchor on me, and I don't have a pedal drive, as you guys can see. I do it old-fashioned. And oh, there we go. And I don't know what this is. Is it a ladyfish? Oh, silver trout. So these guys actually have no size limit, but this guy's pretty small, so we're gonna let him go. They taste just as good as speckled sea trout. They just usually run a little bit smaller. So if you can get one that's you know, 12 inches or bigger, they're worth keeping. But remember, speckled sea trout, they have a size limit. The silver trout do not, but make sure you know which one you're catching. The silver trout do not have spots. It's the easiest way to remember that. Alright guys, I don't know what I have here. Feels foul hooked. It's because it is. Little Jack Crevalle. Now that could have been what was hitting me. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, this guy. Beautiful little fish. He's not foul hooked in a good spot though, so I'm gonna get him back quick. So you guys can see though. It's about as small as they come. So, like you guys have seen in my other videos, I typically always go to a small white soft plastic because they work. It really catches everything. You know, sometimes I'll put on like bigger ones on like a 1 ounce jig head, and I'll go to like the 8-inch soft plastics to catch bigger snook. But you want to catch something, use, you know, a small white soft plastic, just bounce it on the bottom. You're gonna catch something. It might be catfish, you know, might be ladyfish, but you will catch trout, redfish, snook, really everything with it. Oh, something going on over here. So I'm seeing a ton of life, guys. Ton of big mullet, a lot of small bait. So I know the fish are around. It's just, it might take the water warming up a little bit for it to really get going. Alright guys, got another silver trout. If I could get one of these guys bigger, I'd keep them. These are really good to eat. It's just a little bit too small. Not really worth the effort. There we go, guys. Try to get my sunlight. Here you go. Shocker. Look at the ladyfish. The time when you want it to come off, it doesn't. So, man, that is a perfect snook size bait, but don't really have the setup for it today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, he's going back. Alright, guys, what do we got? Oh, a flounder. Look at that. Alright, guys. It's the first flounder I've caught this year. So we are checking off all the species. Look at that guy. Beautiful fish. I think the season's still closed and he's too small anyway, but great little fish there. Let's get him back. Alright guys, I think I got a good trout here. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Right here from shore. Let's get him up on shore. Alright. I knew if I found the ladyfish, I'd probably find the good trout. So, It's another keeper, guys. Let's not let him go, but get him washed off. See that, guys? Beautiful. Well, they're probably about 17, 18 incher. So let's get him in the bag. And single tooth. Okay. They gotta be 15. I can't tell. It's close. So this guy's definitely keeper. We'll get him in the bag. Hey guys, I'll show you, like, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I got this Buffalo Gear fish bag. Got it as a gift from the girlfriend. And so far, holds up great. Just got one bag of ice in here, but the ice is mostly intact. And obviously, it can be good for bigger fish, but today, this is perfect. So yeah, guys, 2 keepers so far. Let's see if we can get one more for our limit. All right, guys, well, overall, great day. We're actually out here only for about 4 hours. It's a little bit after 11 now, and you guys can see here, tide went way out. So that's kind of what I was planning on. You know, just the tide will obviously get the fish active and eating, and then it also concentrate them out on the flats. I did start to find some redfish, and then it's time to go. So definitely come back and get them another day. But overall, great day. The fish are definitely here. And you know, if you can find any sort of passes and the areas around those, you're gonna find fish. So I mean, we did get the 2 keeper trout here, which you know, the bag is still holding up. And as you can see, both of these guys are, you know, right around that 17-inch mark. But these guys are gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna take them home, fry them up, and yeah, I will see you guys there. They're gonna be delicious. Oh, and another thing too, caught pretty much everything today on the little soft plastics just jigged on the bottom. My buddy Marco, he was using live bait as well as I was, you know, at different times. Nothing was eating live bait. Really weird. You know, we had the chunk dead bait, and that started to work for the redfish, but then the catfish moved in and kind of ruined that. So yeah, I mean, the old standby is the little white, you know, soft plastic on a, you know, a little jig head, jigging on the bottom. So yeah, guys, let's get packed up, get home, get cooking these fish. All right, guys, great day out on the water. You know, we got those 2 speckled sea trout, and you know, that's good enough for dinner. We also have a puffer fish that I went ahead and cleaned here, and this is all the sea trout. And typically I just fry everything. Sometimes I will bake stuff if I'm putting on certain, you know, dishes, but fried right out of the frying pan, man, it's good. So all I'm using is this Zatarain's Crispy Southern Fish Fry. And, you know, you can use whatever you like, but I like this. It's got a nice little crunch. It's got a little bit of seasoning. And I really don't add anything to it. So, you know, some people like to add extra seasonings to it. You can, but this has got a great flavor to it. So all I'm going to be doing is breading this. And then putting it right in the oil. So let me get this breaded, and then we'll get it cooking. Alright guys, oil's heated up, fish is all breaded, and another thing too guys, you know, until I started like really cooking a lot of fish often, I've got one of these stainless steel mesh splash guards for the frying pan. You can pick them up for like 10 bucks, and man, let me tell you, they will save you a bunch of headache. You're not going to have as big of a mess with the oil splattering everywhere, so just something to keep in mind. Let's get this fish in the oil. Here's the puffer, a little chicken leg. All right, guys, just like that. Delicious. And if you guys watch my last video with cooking the puffer fish is by far my favorite. It's just, there, as you guys can see here, it's like a little chicken leg. Obviously, the sea trout is delicious, but you know, typically when you catch puffers, because you know you're not going to get a lot of meat off of them, you're going to need at least a few, just as like a little appetizer. And most people don't keep them just because they obviously look gross, and you know, it doesn't look like you're going to get any meat off of them, but you can see here, I mean, it's essentially a chicken leg. So, let's try this sea trout. Gone. That's good. I'll show you guys, because this is blazing hot. You can see, I mean, the puffer fish, bright white. It's a great fish, and I mean, you could actually just eat it like a chicken leg, because when you clean them, check out my other video, I show you how to clean it. All you have is the backbone down the middle, and then, you know, these little tiny fins that kind of fry up when you cook it, so they're really nothing, but man, it's just so good. Okay, well, I'm gonna get to eating, but thank you guys for watching and subscribing, and yeah, we're gonna be back out on the water again soon, and I'll see you guys there.